Live.
Yeah!
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
All right. Look like some kind of, I don't know what I look like. I look like someone, right to left, right to left, right to left, right to left. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. Always, 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 always. Little birdie. What you think about that? Here we go.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back to DeaconLive. On today's show, how a dad of 6 feeds his kids at Texas Roadhouse. Also, why aren't there any no hammock signs on buses? And the Dublin, New York City portal issue. And someone woke up this morning with $1 million banking error. All this and much, much more we discuss here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? We're changing it up a little bit there. I had another opening to the show. We're working on it. We haven't found the niche there yet. But I hope you guys are enjoying that as well, as much as we enjoy creating those for you, as in the same sense of the time, I guess, is where I'm going with that. But now, hey, guess what? You know, it's just me and you. How are you doing? DeaconLive will get you through. The DeaconLive show is, how do I say this? DeaconLive, as we go over for the next 60 minutes of stories that you might have missed in the last 7 days or so. How are you? How are things going? Hopefully that sounds a little bit better. This time around, we'll figure it out. We'll fix it in post. Let's look at it that way. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? That's what we concern about ourselves for the most part. Make sure that you're doing okay and you're getting along with everyone. That's all we care about. Now, for me, I am getting along with everyone at the moment. I say at the moment of recording this podcast. I'm getting along with everyone at the moment. That could change in a heartbeat, but still, for the most part, I'm getting along with everyone. Everyone here in the household, everything's fine. All the people on Facebook, I haven't had any fights lately. I haven't had to ban anyone. I haven't been kicked off anything. Everything is good for now because I'm trying not to stir up any shit. I guess is what I'm trying to say there, because I'm getting ready to go on vacation. Our flights are booked. Jesus Christ, our flights are booked. The cruise is already booked. And the last thing we need to do is book the hotel. And you're like going, well, Deacon, where are you going? Where are you going there, sir? You just took 12 weeks off or 2 weeks off, and now you're jumping on a plane and, I got to switch cameras here. And you're jumping on a plane and you're going somewhere now? Yes, I'm going somewhere now. You know where I'm going? I'm going to Alaska. I might have mentioned this before, but if I haven't, all the old listeners are like, that's old news. All our new listeners are going, that's great. Well, the thing is, I live just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville, and the biggest airport we have that would carry my ass to Alaska is the Charlotte Douglas Airport. But, of course, there's no direct flights. No. There's no direct flights from Charlotte Douglas. I don't know why. You would think everyone in Charlotte Douglas would like to go to Canada or Seattle. That's the closest airport over there to where our port is. Nope, we got to fly out of Charlotte, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 actually. And we fly to Washington, D.C., Dulles Airport up there. 2-hour flight. I could do that standing on my head. I won't even wake up. Push me on the plane, 6:30 in the morning. I'll wake up at 9 o'clock when we land. And then from there, it's a 4.5 to 5 hour flight from Dulles all the way to Vancouver. What's so bad about that? I think that flight is one of those Boeing 737 MAX 8s. The ones that, don't work too well. Operator error. I'm going to say construction error for the most part. And then when it's all said and done, if you make it there, if I make it there, you get on the boat and you pray to God that there's no one running around with a pair of scissors stabbing everyone like in the a few weeks back that happened on the Alaskan cruise. Jesus Christ, you can't go anywhere. I honestly want to just stay home. Can you bring Alaska to me? Can you bring all this cool stuff to me so I don't have to do it or anything? So it's an 8-day cruise, 5 ports. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. And I'm from Florida, so I'm used to like the booze cruises and stuff. You know, the Carnival. Those are the ones that the people are jumping off the boats and stuff on. They get all drunk and whatever. This one is going to be the constant temperature. Like the high is 60 and the low is 40 or something like that. So it's kind of like, do they have a pool? Are people going to be swimming in a pool? On a cruise liner like that, do they have a swimming pool if you're going through Alaska? Everyone get your wetsuits on, jump in the pool, hang around there for a little bit. But there's got to be more entertaining, because normally when you think cruise, you think everyone out there on the deck sunning, you think everyone doing all this stuff. No, I think everyone's going to be on the rails watching for whales. Rails on the whales, or whales on the rails. There's the name of the episode right there. And if everyone's on one side of the cruise ship, oh my God, look at all that. And the boat's going to, it's going to list to one side. Back to, now, if the cruise liner doesn't sink or hit an iceberg, Jack, help me. Then I got to get on another flight going from Vancouver to Chicago, Max, again, Boeing 737 Max. And then from there, fly home to Charlotte on like an Airbus or something like that. I'm not sure. So there's a lot of thorns on this trip that I have to accomplish. A lot of speed bumps, a lot of hurdles I have to jump over to get myself on this trip. I don't know. Because why did I book the trip? Because it was so cheap. And when am I going to be on the west coast of the United States for pleasure? Now, I've worked, Vegas and worked all the way up through California and stuff, but it's one of those where you fly in, you do your job, and then you fly right out. You ain't got no downtime. But this is going to be interesting, because this will be a vacation. And, I'm getting older. Everyone's getting a little older. And you hear about people that are going, overseas to France and the Europe and all that stuff, and they're having a good time. So this is our France trip. This is our prep. This is our trial run. If we can last that long on a plane, because our next trip, yes, probably next year or the year after, we'll be going to Europe, and that's a long flight in itself. So baby steps. So let's go there. All right, guys, we got a lot to get into, lots to talk about. Hopefully I can keep this energy up with all the new production that we have going on here in the studio. So hopefully I won't bore you too much with what's going on. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you. And the way you can do that, and you can be part of the show, you can let us know what you're thinking, what you're talking about, whatever. We just would like to hear from you. And the way you can be podcast famous, you can be right here in the studio alongside of us, is go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET Radio. I'm only going to spell it once, and then you'll have to figure it out from there. But when you get to prophetradio.com, at the bottom right-hand side of the page, there's a little microphone. You just click on that. There's a little blue bar. It says Be Heard. Click on that. Opens up a microphone on whatever device you're listening to us on or at. Speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want. And that will come right into our inbox, and we'll play it on this podcast. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you get it in before then, we'll play it on this podcast. If you don't get it in until after, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then it won't happen until the very next podcast as well. So do the math, do the time, make sure you set your alarm or do something like that so you can be part of the show. And if you want some free swag over there, you can figure it out. There's a little section that says free swag. We'll send you out some magnets, some stickers and stuff just for being part of the show. Now, I said my wife and I are going to fly out of Charlotte Douglas, going to Vancouver. We were going to go to Seattle. And I say Seattle because I think it was like $100 cheaper or something like that. But by the time we rented a car, it was a 2.5 hour drive to Vancouver. I said, babe, we've done it before. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's travel the countryside. When are we going to see that, again? But she's like, oh no, then we'll have to get another hotel. And I don't know. It was something where it was not beneficial to fly into Seattle. But this plane right here burned up on the runway. Here I am worrying about the plane falling out of the air and stuff, this plane caught on fire on the runway. Now, don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. We have the YouTube channel, DeaconLive Podcast. Make sure you like us over there. And don't worry about hitting the bell or anything like that. I don't give a shit. I just want you guys to have another media source that you can actually watch us here in the studio. Hi, and when we talk about videos, you can see them in real time as we're talking about it here. I'll switch to camera 4, and hopefully, I know there's going to be a commercial in here, but let me tell you what's going on. The video shows a moment a Delta plane catches on fire at the SeaTac passenger evacuated using the slides. Hey, guess what? The slides are using them. A new video has captured the moment that the front of a Delta plane burst into flames after landing at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport yesterday, actually, May 14th. The fire broke out after the Delta Airlines Flight 604 landed at the SEA Airport from Cancun, Mexico, this past Monday, so yesterday. I'm going to say yesterday. The Airbus 321neo just arrived Monday from Cancun, Mexico, when 189 passengers on board were ordered to evacuate on emergency slides due to the fire in the nose of the plane. So what happened was the plane's doors opened and the passengers are seen streaming out on the aircraft, some walking on the wings, and the others are trying to reach the staircase on the tarmac. They're getting the hell out of here. This plane's going to explode. First responders are later seen gathering around the front of the plane going, what do we do? This has never happened before. During the deplaning of the evening, the flight crew from the 604 from Cancun witnessed smoke in the aircraft's nose after plugging in a ground electrical power. Out of abundance of caution, slides were deployed and the passengers still on board deplaned via the rear of the aircraft. Whee! We get to ride on the slides. Passengers were fully evacuated, and those deplaned to the ramp returned to the terminal via ramp stairs. Okay, we didn't need the step by step, and they put one foot in front of the other foot, and they got to the building, and then Burger King was had by all. So let's see if we can watch this actual video of the plane. Watch, it's going to have a commercial. I know it. All right, skip that. So here's the plane catching on fire. Now, if you're watching this on the video here over on YouTube, it's right underneath the nose of the plane. And it looks almost like an electrical fire the way it's flaring up. So, guys, the ground crew are like, hey, man, what do we do? The front of the plane's on fire. I don't know, sir. This is my first day on the job. One guy runs off. He knows what to do. These other two baggage handlers have no idea what to do. They're like, hey, man, you get the baggage off the plane? Yeah, I'll get the baggage off the plane. So they're just kind of like, man, this ain't my job. I'm out of here. The guy with the popsicles, he's gone, man. He's gone. He's like, I got the plane to the front part. I'm doing all right. And let's see if I can fast forward a little bit. I want to see back door. Here's the back door. There goes the slide. Boop. Works just great. Oh, look, it's got LED lights on the slide. Let's fast forward a little bit more. They're getting all the suitcase trolleys out of there. Here comes the paint. Here comes the people out on the wing. Out the exit door. Oh, they go up. Oh, look at that. They go up. I thought they would just go out. They would just blow out like the Boeing one did. And there's another ramp right there. Look at that. Everyone, thank you. Thank you for your service. You never get thanked. There's a comedian out there. He goes, you never get thanked. At the end of the flight, everyone claps about the pilot landing the plane, but no one claps, thank you for your service for being the exit door area. Now, someone that's not clapping right now is over in Dublin. They've got these portholes that they're doing. It's a art thing. What they've done is they get this creator. I don't know. I think Shia LaBeouf was doing it one time many years ago, and it's a huge round circle. All right, imagine a round circle with a camera up top, and the circle is the screen, and the camera up top is filming you. But what's on the other side is another somewhere else. So they just happen to have the other side, one side, the circle screen in New York City, and the other circle screen was in Dublin. I know I'm hitting the table here, and you can see the camera vibrating. So they're all, hey, like this. Hey, you're in New York. And everyone on the Dublin side, hey, you're in Dublin. You're in Dublin. You're in New York. And of course, someone has got to ruin it for everybody. And that person was I'm not even getting her name or anything. Some OnlyFans star walked over there and started flashing her boobs. See, boo. What? I mean, grow up, people. Grow up, please. Hey, we're Americans. Hey, we're from Dublin. What do you have to show us? Not much, just a bunch of potatoes. I don't know why you sound like that. What do you have to show us in New York City? How crazy New York people are. Look at this woman's tits. Look at this. Look at this. People start doing the rudest things, and then they start, flicking people off, and it lasted like a week, and then they shut it down. So that, if you see the whole portal thing, it was an art exhibit, institute type thing. I don't know what they were doing, but that's what they were doing, and it got shut down. Now, unfortunately, shutting down right now is this gentleman's life. Now, I told you we're going to go to Alaska, and we're going to see the humpback whales. This time of year, I guess they're really, really going at it, for lack of a better term. But I guess, it's mating season, so we're going to see a lot of humpback whales and stuff like that. But one place that I never want to go, I really don't, is Hawaii. I'm sorry. I've heard stories. Oh, it's beautiful once you get there. And then it's like, okay, now what do you do? Drive around the island? Drive around the island a couple times? All right, seen it all. Now what? Mai Tais? I mean, there's not a whole lot. It's not like there's a water park anywhere. No, the whole fucking island's a water park. But this guy right here, his wife, is suing the tourism agency that sold them the ticket to go to Hawaii. A woman whose husband died snorkeling in Hawaii is suing the tourism board for failing to warn them the risk about snorkeling in the ocean. Okay. And you know what? Don't stick your finger in a light socket too. So here's what happened. A Michigan woman told her adult children. Oh, hold on. Let me get a refresher here. A Michigan woman and her adult children, I don't know why they would phrase it that way, are suing the Maui Resort and Hawaii tourism bodies after her husband's death, claiming they failed to warn him about the potential risk of snorkeling. All right. I don't know if she's ever been in water before, but, there's a breathing thing that's going on. So let's dive into the story a little bit more. According to the lawsuit, the family is seeking unspecific amount of damages and a trial by jury. Patricia and Ray Johnson have arrived at the Fairmount Kia Lani in Maui on February 23rd, 2022, making the couple's sixth trip to visit Hawaii. Okay, so they've been there before. This is nothing new. It's not like they're from a landlocked state. Well, they're from Michigan, so they know the dangers of water, especially Lake Erie out there. Ooh, watch out for syringes. 2 days later, while in Hawaii, Ray, 64, and other vacationers were snorkeling around Wahili Beach, and which sits in front of the resort that they were staying at. While walking on the trail adjacent to the beach, Patricia told USA Today that she saw other snorkelers helping her husband out of the water. She told the news outlet that she rushed over to the beach where things deteriorated quickly. And despite calling the 911, medical professionals were unable to revive her husband. Although the autopsies attributed Ray Johnson's death to accidental drowning, Patricia Johnson and her family contest this summary that they came up with. In the lawsuit, you ready for this? Here we go. In the lawsuit, which was revealed by Business Insider, the Johnson family argued that ROPE, R-O-P-E, which is an acronym for Rapid Onset Pulmonary Edema, led to Ray Johnson's passing. ROPE is a sudden onset condition characterized by the accumulation of fluid in the lung air sacs, which can make breathing difficult, according to the Mayo Clinic. In July 2010, Snorkeling Safety Studies conducted a collaboration with the Hawaii State Department of Health and the Hawaiian Tourism Authority distinguishes drowning by rope from drowning by aspartating water. It says that rope doesn't necessarily need submersed or inhalation of liquid. It often looks different from a drowning by aspiration. Basically, I'm drowning. The study said that drowning by rope often involves shortness of breath, confusion, unconsciousness, with the absence of a visible struggle. Patricia Johnson told ABC 7 Witness News that Ray had kept his head above water before appearing disoriented. It makes sense. When we got the autopsy report, it says it was drowning. I watched Ray come in, Patricia Johnson said. When you're drowning, you're not talking to other people around you. So according to the lawsuit, Ray Johnson eventually lost consciousness before reaching the shore, and on it goes. So he was disoriented, was confused while he was swimming, snorkeling. Is that the responsibility of the hotel? Is that the responsibility of the tourism? Hey, guess what? If you go in the water and you feel kind of weird, don't go in the water. I mean, there's a reason why we don't have gills. And I don't want to say the man was drowned or anything like that. What I'm saying is you can't blame something that's out of your control. Confusion. Maybe he took the wrong medicine that morning. Christ, my dad, he forgets sometimes he takes his morning medicine so early in the morning that at 9 o'clock, he's like, I don't know if I took my morning medicine. Well, don't you have a timer or something on your phone? He might have done the same thing. Maybe he had some bad shellfish. Ugh. That would do it to you. Oh, man, that confused you all up. So anyways, I don't think it's the hotel tourism's fault. Is someone at fault? I'm pointing fingers here if you're watching this on the video. No, I don't. I think it's just he was 64 years old. This is your 6th time being at Hawaii. No, this is nothing new. If it, like I said, if you're from Colorado, one of those landlocked states, and you're like going, hey, I can go in the water. Wee! You can't breathe underwater. Okay, thank you. Noted. All right, guys, when we come back, you ever wonder what those stars mean on the aprons at the girls or guys at Cracker Barrel? Well, I'll dive into that story when we come back. It's brilliant and genius all in the same set. So stick around. You'll see Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. And the way you do that is go over to prophetradio.com. And at the top of the page says social contacts. You can see all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. You can see us over on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel over there as Deacon Live Podcast. We have our TikTok channel, which is all the different podcasts that I do, broadcasting out of this Prophet Radio studio. If you're watching this here on the camera, over on the video. Whoops. What screen am I on? There we go. You can see all the different shows. That's 3 of the main shows that we do here out of the radio studio, the Prophet Radio studio, so we appreciate that. I would just like to start out, outside of all the stuff I just said a minute ago, I am so focused and proud of myself all in the same sense. I didn't know if it was possible, but I achieved it. This would be... Now, we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. Population 2,500 people and a 2-mile square radius. Hell yeah. We're fucking out here. We are. Woo. The thing is, we don't live in a neighborhood. We live on, we have 22 some odd acres here, and they're starting slowly building neighborhoods. And I say neighborhoods. They'll pick a street that used to be corn and crops or cattle or whatever, nuke everything, and then just start, planting houses out there. You buy 10 acres for... I think an acre out here is going for like $39,000. You spent $300,000 on 10 acres, and then you can put, 20 some odd houses in that 10 acres. Each house gets, a half acre and whatever the math is on that. And you could sell those houses for, $400,000, $500,000. Nice houses. And then you make your money from there. Well, one of the roads, little side road here, so it's a little cul-de-sac. I have been walking 3 miles every day for the last 11 days. This is 11 days nonstop walking. And you're like going, well, Deacon, you're so fit. And so, you're like an Adonis. I go, I know. But like I said, we're going on this cruise. I don't want to be tired or anything like that. And plus I want to get the LBs down. Everyone wants to get LBs down, but I'm just doing it so I'm not so out of breath walking up the fucking stairs here to the studio all the time that are right behind me, behind that little secret door behind me. So I just wanted to, get some LBs down and make myself a little bit healthier because I basically do not leave this property other than to go like shopping or anything like that. Got it? So I just want to say thank you to myself. Now, I tease you a little bit. My dad, speaking about leaving the property and stuff, my dad, he lives with us. He's been living with us now for just over 2 years, which is great. He's an older gentleman, but he helps out when he can. If I need a ride somewhere, like to get, it doesn't happen often, but we got this truck out there and of course the oil change. And then there was like a couple recalls on like a lift gate would drop down automatically on it. I was like, I don't know what that's about. My parking assist where it's got the little beep, 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 that need to be fixed. So I said, let's Dad, take me to whatever, and we can drop the cars off. It's that time of year. We have to get the oil change in my wife's car and things done on my truck. And so he's like a chauffeur. So part of him being a chauffeur is I usually take him to lunch or breakfast, depending on what time of day it is. This last time we went, at the Audi dealership, there's a Cracker Barrel right next door. And we walk in, it's like a Thursday, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning or something like that. It's, dead. It's ghost town, tumbleweeds and stuff. But you always look at their aprons and you're like going, ooh, I don't want the 1-star cashier or the 1-star waitress. And then you get the one that seats you. She's got 4 stars. She's got, buttons and flair everywhere. And then the one waitress that we had 3 stars. I'm like going, well, what do they mean? What is a 4-star the best? Because if everyone's 4 stars, what's higher than 4 stars? Well, I came across this video and they kind of explain it from the Cracker Barrel TikTok. Let me make sure I get the right one here. So let's see what this one is. What's this say?
911, do you need police?
No, that's not what I wanted. Is this the Cracker Barrel?
So one of the most common questions.
Here we go. Back. All right, here we go. And for every podcast, we do have a matching video. You can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So let me switch to camera 4 so we can see this and we can all be friends together. So this is actually from the Cracker Barrel TikTok channel. And let me, where's the video at? Let me blow this up maximum. And are we still good? Yep. All right. So here we go. So how does the star program work on the apron? So this woman right here from the Cracker Barrel TikTok channel is going to give a little breakdown of how and what they actually are. So here we go.
So one of the most common questions we get here at Cracker Barrel is, what do the stars on our aprons mean? The stars on our apron represent the skill level we have achieved. I currently have 3 stars, and I started the PAR program a year.
And she said the PAR program, which is the Personal Achievement Responsibility Program. So you'll hear her say PAR a couple times. So here we go.
Year ago. Now I'm currently working towards 4 stars. Hey, Licia, how long did it take you to get your 4 stars?
Oh, a year and a half.
I did a year and a half.
Also notice how they have a burgundy apron. That means they can train other employees on the team. The PAR program helps us grow our technical and leadership skills for the position that we are in. If you want to join our team, you can always check what positions we have open online. I hope this helps.
No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. What is a 2-star? Do you start out with 1 star? You're like, oh, they're going to fuck up my order. 2 stars? All right, well, maybe they should hide that a little bit more, because if you're a waitress and you come over and you've been probably a waitress for many years, hundreds of years, you and your family and family before you were all waitresses, and you start at Cracker Barrel and they give you 1 star, I'm not tipping you that much. I'm sorry. And then you got a 2-star. Well, did you go above and beyond the 2 stars? Then you get the 3-star and you're like, well, you're almost there, but I'm only going to give you 15%, and then you get the 4-star, but you expect God to come from the heavens above to serve your food and make sure everything's fine. You get a 4-star person and they do shit, no tip for them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if the Cracker Barrel star system is beneficial to me as a patron there, or is it more beneficial for them with each other? Because I look at it totally different. I got stars upon bars, that type deal. I do not play, well, I say that liberally. I do not play the lottery. And I say don't play the lottery. I do play like the Powerball. I play the Mega Ball. I do the where you pick the numbers. I feel luckier than the scratch off, because scratch off is basically you hand the cashier money, $5 or whatever the ticket is. They give you 2 tickets, and essentially it's, here you go. Here's 2 pieces of paper. You're not going to win. Just throw them away for me. Just rub the plastic, the rubber off of it, and then just throw those pieces of paper away for me. You're paying $5 to throw pieces of paper away. That's all it is. But sometimes you do win. Now, here in South Carolina, a man discovered that he had won $1 million after looking through the old stash of lottery tickets. How many tickets has he got laying around, and why is he looking at them? According to a press release from the South Carolina Educational Lottery System, the Midlands resident purchased a winning Mega Ball or Mega Millions ticket from the Food Line in Columbia in mid-January. Now, the man didn't check to see if he won until about a month later, and it was on his living room table the whole entire time, amongst other tickets. So what is more important in this guy's life? He's not checking the lottery tickets. He said, I didn't believe it. I was there the whole time. The winning numbers were 2. Second number, 10, 42, 49, 54, and the Mega Ball number 13. Unfortunately, he didn't get the Mega Ball ticket, but he did match the 5 numbers, which handed him or gave him $1 million. What does the winner plan to do with the $1 million? The man decided to wait to blow his new fortune, but he plans on to save the winnings when he and his wife retire. In the meantime, he said he will continue to play the lottery. He said, I'll still play the lottery from time to time. However, according to the press release, his wife would not let him wait too long to check his tickets this time around. So the chance of winning the 1 million mega lottery is 1 in 12 million. And the grocery where he bought it from received $10,000. So there you go. Well, they're going to continue winning. They didn't say how old he was. And they're going to wait till they retire. Then you need to make that money work for you. You need to put it in one of those, oh God, we were just talking about the other day. One of those accounts where you have to leave it in for 3 months and then you get 5% back and then you got to roll it. I don't know. I was talking to my in-laws up in New York and they were telling me how to manage some of the money I got sitting around. Like I'm actually sitting on a pile of money right now. If you're watching this here on the YouTube channel, look at this, all this money. Oh, it's so nice and cold. Now, this woman right here woke up in the morning. I think there's a song there somewhere, like P. Diddy. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. A student who mistakenly received $1 million in her bank account decides to spend it all. Postgraduate student. All right, here we go with the name. Her name is Simbongile Mani. All right, so let me spell this for you. Sibongile. Let me see if I can get the old Google Ask Jeeves how to say this. Pronunciation. Here we go. Pronunciation of how to say this person's name. I'll spell it again for you. Sibongile. So here we go. How you say it?
Sibongle Malambo.
Okay, so Sabongli. All right. Sabongli, Manny was her name. 32, found herself in an unprecedented situation when she discovered an astronomical sum of money, nearly $1 million, mistakenly deposited in her bank account. Hailing from South Africa, she attended the Walter Sisulu University. Manny was accustomed to relying on modest benefits to support her studies, typically receiving about $100 monthly for her essential expenses. However, one fateful morning, Manny, which is her last name, awoke up with an extraordinary windfall. Instead of the usual assistance from the government aid, an erroneous wire mistake happened and 14 million rands, approximately $760,000, was deposited in her account. Presented with the unexpected dilemma, Manny made a life-altering decision to embrace the opportunity and indulge in lavish spending. See, that's what's wrong. You could have paid off a lot of stuff. No lavish spending. Reports say that Manny embarked on an extravagant shopping spree over the next ensuing days, splurging on high-end design attire, the latest iPhone model, and extravagant liquor bottles. See, you just see. Priorities, girl. Priorities. What was her name? I missed it. Simbagli. Her reckless expenditure amount over $40,000 before her misstep was caught up with her. The telltale evidence emerged from the form of a bank receipt inadvertently left behind at a local supermarket. The conspicuous spending raising eyebrows, prompting inquiries to eventually lead to Manny's apprehension. See, she got greedy. The branch secretary of the South African Student Congress remarked that the sudden surge in Manny's expenditures, noting that her extravagant parties and lavish gifts of friends led to her demise. So she actually, in 2022, received a 5-year prison sentence. However, her lawyer appealed the decision, arguing that Manny posed no threat to society and did not actively seek the erroneous deposited funds. During the hearing in the East London High Court, 2 judges adopted to suspend Manny's sentence and refrain for as long as she doesn't do any extra criminal activities. Can you believe that? Let's see if they got more on this story right here.
Manny's attorney, Asanda Pakade, says it wouldn't be in the interest of justice to imprison her client. Manny is currently pursuing her postgraduate study, arguing that the crime warrants imprisonment.
Students, for deterrence, students must know if they try their luck, so to speak, on credit cards.
All right, I can't understand what it's saying. It's a horrible microphone. And, so here she is. She's a student in South Africa. She's a black woman, if you can't tell by the story there. Had close to what they consider, $1 million U.S. currency. What did she do with it? Bought dresses, popping bottles, having parties, all that stuff. And then accidentally left behind like a receipt or something like that, and they followed up with it. She should have been smart. You're in school, girl. Man, you're studying for whatever. You're doing that. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's the greed, money, whatever that I don't know. You can't take them out of the whatever. So I hate to see that happen to her, but it's the bed, your newly purchased bed that you made. You might as well lay in it. All right, guys, stick around. When we come back, there is a DELL. Do you remember DELL? Not Adele. DELL, the computer company. They're handing out flags based on your performance. And is this a good idea or a bad idea? Because a lot of people are getting the red ones. And what does that mean? So stick around. We'll dive into that when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? You want something for free? Well, we'll give you something for free, but you got to do something for me. Go over to ProphetRadio.com. At the top of the page says free swag. Click on that little button there, and there's a little drop-down menu. You can see all the different free swag, free prize packs that we have here. Pick one out, and we'll send it out to you. It's not an email grab or anything. It's just Prophet Radio's way of saying thank you for listening to all the fine programming that comes out of this studio. And while you're over there, we'd love to hear from you. You can be podcast famous at the bottom of the page. If you've got a microphone on your device, your tablet, or like I say at home, tablet, you got an active microphone on whatever device you're listening to us on. You can speak right into it. You can be podcast famous. It comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Central Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you get it in before that, if not, we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. It's that easy. We'd love to hear from you. I know you're out there. I see the numbers. You're just kind of sitting around in the corner, hiding in the dark. We'd love to hear from you. Come on now. Let's put some sunshine on your face, and you can hear yourself right here on the podcast. Now, my wife has a very important job. I've said this a million times, and for the last COVID years, she's been working from home, which is great. She's got a great job that she can do that. She's got 15 monitors in front of her. She works from home and blah, 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 blah. But now they're slowly doing this like hybrid thing where, 2 days in the office, 3 days at home. I still don't understand that, but it's either all or none in my opinion. Everyone at home, everyone or in the office. And she'll go round and round and say, well, it allows for, home mothers that have small children to be at home with their children, but aren't they supposed to be working at the same time? You can't really sit there and, get down, Timmy, stop pulling the cat's tail. Yes, our quarterfinal numbers are progressively better than, Timmy, stop it. Don't put mashed potatoes in the air vents. Okay. And second quarter numbers are, God damn it. That type stuff. It's either all or none. Get a babysitter. But DELL, remember those guys? Dude, you're getting a DELL. They're doing kind of the same hybrid thing. So let me dive into this story, and you tell me how you feel if you're one of those hybrid people out there. So right now, DELL has initiated the first phase of its return to office mandate. Employees on site attendance is now being monitored, according to a memo seen by the Business Insider. This system will give employees different color flags depending on their attendance level. DELL is pushing ahead with this return to office mandate. The tech giant has told the U.S. employees who opt to classify themselves as hybrid workers that it has started monitoring their in-office attendance by tracking badge swipes, according to the international memo as seen by the Business Insider. DELL is starting to monitor attendance on May 6th and will make the data visible on each hybrid employee's profile at the HR platform Workday this week. All right, here we go. Let's find out what's going on. The data will be used to categorize employees with a blue, green, yellow, or red flag every quarter. Business Insider spoke to 10 current DELL workers, all of them who have remained anonymous, of course, as they are not permitted to speak about this to the media. So most oppose the policy, and many complain that it felt unnecessarily strict, with one staffer saying that some of the employees feel like they're being tracked like kindergartens and scared that their names might end up on some kind of list. DELL memo states that the next step was implementing the hybrid work policy, where we track on-site presence using badge swipes for hybrid designated team members. Beginning on January. Why did I say January? Beginning on Monday, May 13th, you will be able to see your weekly site visit data. At the end of each quarter, sites visits will be accumulated and reflected using these category ranges. Blue flags reflected DELL's corporate colors are the highest ranking persons that give a constant on-site presence, meaning 39 days or more in the office per quarter, while green flags I say a lot of words a lot of times. While green flags are handed out for those on-site regular presence, yellow flags reflect some on-site presence, and red flags will be handed out for a limited on-site presence. You are bad. Red flag for you. The color by their name will be considered for the performance evaluations, rewards, compensations, and so on. The staff who opted to remain remote during the company's overhaul of the hybrid work policy was first announced in February will not be monitored. Well, I'm going to do that. I don't want to be, whatever. But they say if you decide to do that, you will not be chosen. However, by choosing to stay at home or being remote, you are no longer eligible for promotions or any change of roles, which, God, man, that's hard to decipher as far as, hey, look, I'm doing my job 100%. What's the difference between me sitting in here dealing with mashed potatoes, chimneys? No, not on the ceiling fan. And then doing the same job in my office where I have to deal with Mark next door, who's got these stupid dick jokes all the time. Mark, I'd rather deal with Mark for a little bit. DELL is not the place it used to be when employees were respected and valued, they say. Many of the people are demoralized and will be hurt by this policy, one DELL worker said. So they said it's more of a dictatorship and stuff. But do you agree with that? It's kind of like it's babysitting. It's babysitting is all it is. We're professional people, especially DELL. I mean, you would think that DELL has some kind of professionalism. Let's be a little bit more lax, man. We're a computer company, and we're like Google. We're like Facebook, man. We're like just regular people just trying to get it all together. No, not DELL. You will do what I say when I say it. You will be in the office. Nice. That's going to go somewhere, I'm sure. Now, if you haven't seen this video, only a small cluster of you cool people have seen this video, but I'll tell you what's going on out there if you see this right now. SEPTA in New York City is the bus terminal train line, SEPTA. It's kind of like we lived in Orlando, Florida, Tri-County. That was the bus, transit system and stuff right now. So this guy in New York City, outside of, New York City losing the whole portal going to Dublin, it's just another day in Orlando. It's just another day in New York City. Chances that you've seen this crazy video circulating is like wildfire on social media. The video that I'm going to explain to you is a strange man going viral after he brought a hammock onto a New York City bus. Now, let me explain the hammock. It's not one of those like we have in the backyard here. It's one of the with the wooden slats or the wooden top with the braided rope beads and the big, canvas, and you can lay out there and it's a big square, sandwich looking thing. You just kind of relax. It's big and open and you can just relax on it. This is one of those camping hammocks where it's essentially two ropes and a sheet. And when you lay in it, it kind of folds up on yourself. It's kind of like a sack. If you ever seen butterflies make a cocoon, it's a cocoon type hammock. The video of this strange man going viral after he brought a hammock on the New York City bus. Somehow he successfully set up this whole entire hammock on the upper handrails and cocooned. I got to make sure I say that correctly. Made a cocoon of himself inside, was much to the bewilder of the passengers and the driver as well. And then the buffoonery starts. He began to refuse to get down. In midst of arguing back and forth with the bus driver, he also does a series of defiant alligator rolls. You ever seen alligators do that death roll? And he's doing this. Now, if you're not on the YouTube channel, this is the best time to get on it because we're going to play this video in real time as we're talking about it here. So the video says he's got a point. So here he goes. Turn the mute on. So here he goes. He's in a blue tie-dyed hammock. And he's fastened itself on some of the rails, the handrails that hold everything up. They're strong enough to hold up, you. He's got it between two handrails that everyone holds up. He's got a red, I don't know if it's a hoodie or a raincoat or something, but his head's sticking out of this blue hammock bag that he's hanging from. So here he goes. You ready? Oh, God.
Hammocks. We've got a whole. Where's the no hammock sign? We got a whole list of things. No.
So if you missed it, he goes, "Where's the no hammock sign?" And the bus driver's trying to be calm. He's like going, "Hey man, no, you can't have this in here." And the man retreats into the hammock.
You can't see you. You can't see me. You don't come on that.
You can't see me. You can't see you. I don't exist.
I'm not here.
Call the police. No.
I'm not here.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
Now there are people on the bus laughing, and then, oh my God.
That's not me.
Well, oh my God.
He's not me. I said I won't stop.
Now he's spitting.
God.
Now he's spitting.
I would like to see the sign that says no hammocks. We've got a whole. Where's the no hammock sign? We got a whole list of things. No. I can't see you. You can't see me. You don't come on that. I'm not here.
Call the police. No.
He says, "Where's the no hammock sign?" All right. All right, buddy.
Well, oh my God.
I said I won't stop.
He looks like he kind of looks like Eddie Van Halen. R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. But yeah, he's in a hammock in New York. Oh God. They let's bring back, please. I hate to say this, but please, we can do better. Can we bring back the insane asylums? Because that's essentially what happened when they shut down all the insane asylums. Now, granted, they were running tests on them back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, and they were running weird, crazy medical tests. Let's put some money into that, and then let's monitor that a little bit better. Let's not run tests on them by all means, but still, let's monitor that. They had a hearing the other day in California where California threw $11 billion at the homeless, thing. And homeless people are still running around on the streets of California. And now they're having an audit, and they're like going, where did that $11 billion go? And they're like going, essentially, well, what we did was give certain percentage of that $11 billion to nonprofit organizations that help homeless people. Totally, you're putting it in the wrong hands, man. You're putting it in the wrong hands of the wrong people. The government, I hate to say that, I'm all about, smaller business or smaller government, bigger community, but don't put the money in nonprofits. BLM is a prime example. When you give money to people that is not regulated or anything like that, they spend it in the wrong places. So this guy is in New York and he's in a hammock on a bus. So hopefully he can get help somewhere. I hope something comes around with this new election coming around, I don't care who it is. Well, I hope it's one person, but this stuff right here needs to stop. It needs to stop quickly or someone else is going to get hurt. All right. When we come back, this father has found a hack on how to feed his 6 kids at Texas Roadhouse. And Texas Roadhouse, is a fine dining establishment, but he can feed all 6 of his kids for less than $20. I'll tell you how he does it when we come back. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be famous? We'd love to hear from you. We want you to be podcast famous. Go over to prophetradio.com. At the bottom of the page says Be Heard, little blue bar on the website. If you've got a microphone on whatever device you're listening to us on or at, speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want. Comes right to our inbox. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you get it in after the show, that's fine. We'll play it on the very next podcast. But if you're hearing this like over the weekend, I know a lot of people out there listening to it over the weekends. I see that little number spike go weep, weep on the weekend shows. We'll play it on the very next podcast on that Wednesday following the weekend that you were listening to the show. And if you've listened to if you're listening to the old stuff, that's fine. Everything is good. Everything is grand. You can ask us any questions about any of those shows at any given time. Now, since I've taken that 2 weeks off, and if you were watching this on the YouTube channel, don't forget for every podcast we do have a matching YouTube channel as well. Don't leave me. Thank you, Martha Sagowski. Let's see, where am I at? Normally I shave every day, and my wife likes the whole 90s goatee with the little soup strainer or whatever this is in the center. But normally I shave every day. And since I've taken that 2 weeks off, I kind of let the sides grow in a little bit. And so I've got like a full beard, salt and pepper beard. I look good. I look like I don't know what I look like. You tell me if you're watching this on the video here. Here we go. I had one of the guys on the TikTok channel said I look like Michael from GTA 5. I thought this was Michael from GTA 5. Well, I appreciate the compliment or the insult. I don't know how to go with that. Now, my cousin was one of the first people in our family to graduate college type deal. You know, she's a Gator, Gator and stuff. I never understood all that, but, not for nothing. There you go. One of the first jobs she ever had was she was a something for Darden Restaurants. If you don't know what Darden Restaurants is, they're the ones who own and created Olive Garden. They're based out of Orlando. Darden Restaurant created the Lobster, or as we call in the biz, the Lob. Red Lobster, Olive Garden. They had Smoky Bones for a while. That failed and flopped. They have Seasons 52. I think that's still going in close to the Disney area. And Seasons 52's concept is every season the menu changes. It's fall season, so you get all the fall whatever, and then spring, and it's all the spring stuff. I think that's still going out there, Season 52. And there's a couple other. I think they bought like a China Coast. And they shut that down because I think food poisoning so many times or something like that. But right now, speaking of Darden Restaurants and the Lob, Red Lobster is temporarily closing down a bunch of locations in the Central Florida area. Now, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida, as you could tell. But here's a story with Martha Zagowski, fucking whore. Channel 9. I'll tell you about the horror stuff later, but we'll go on to this. She slept with the cameraman.
Employees told us many are frightened after learning they are now unemployed. One mayor in Illinois said the company shut down nearly 120 stores. Hold
on. Make sure I'm on the right screen here. Back. Am I on the right screen? No, I'm not. So let's go back here and we can talk about this and Martha Zagowski.
Lobster employees told us many are frightened after learning they are now unemployed. One mayor in Illinois said the company shut down nearly 120 stores nationwide this morning, including many here in Central Florida. Channel 9's Nick Pepintonis is live outside the Altamont Springs location.
Oh, he's pissed.
Listed as temporarily closed. And Nick, that entire store is up for auction right now.
Yeah, Nick, what's going on?
We've seen some workers actually in the last hour or so coming out this front door, throwing buckets of water. I appear to be cleaning the place in preparation for a Thursday auction where everything is going. It's appearing that this is a permanent move as the company tries to keep itself afloat, but it is leaving employees stranded.
We were in the top 10 best performing Red Lobsters.
Oh, God, this guy. This is from a TikTok video. And he's complaining about, now let me explain to him for you, if you're watching this on the video. He looks very pan. Is it pansexual? I don't know. Where you can't tell if it's a man or a female. This person has one of those nose rings that keep, bulls from digging in the dirt. The hair is very neutral. The glasses are very neutral. I can't tell if this is a male or female, but this person's complaining. Of course. What else is he going to do?
Last year.
James Berkey is one of thousands
James is his name.
Employees who found out Monday he no longer had a job.
His New Jersey location was one of more than 50 on a list to be liquidated in an auction on Thursday.
New Jersey.
Others across Central Florida were packed up by moving crews, leaving disappointed
There's two black. I'm laughing because there's two black guys like taking tables and stuff out. And what's the one moving company? All my neighbors or all my brothers or something like that. And they're like mugging it up for the camera. Yeah, got some Red Lobster tables. Yeah,
customers in their wake.
We thought we was going to be here, and hey, nobody here. We get right in.
Sad to see it struggling.
Yes, it is.
We all worked Mother's Day. It's the busiest
there's
day
James again
in the restaurant industry, and everything was business as usual. My general manager, none of my managers knew.
Berkey said some of his coworkers had been with the store for more than 20 years, and now were left with bills and rent to pay, no income, and no severance. With seemingly little rhyme or reason as to which restaurants took the hit and the company putting on a business-as-usual face online, he had a lot of questions he wished the corporate office in Orlando would answer, especially when it came to
all my sons.
Shrimp.
That's what it was.
We knew we were losing money last year, so why would they keep it for like 6-7 months at such a low price model that no restaurant could make money?
Red Lobster said it lost around $11 million around the time it launched that endless shrimp promotion last year. It told investors last month that it's exploring bankruptcy. Live in Altamont Springs, Nick Papantonis, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Are you sure there, Nick? Yeah, so thank you, Greg Wormuth. So, yeah, they did it to themselves. I'm sorry. Let me go back to camera me. So they did the endless shrimp. And they didn't budget themselves. They said they were losing like money left and right. And then they were like, once they tallied everything and they counted all the tails from the shrimp left over, and they're like going, guess what, guys? It didn't work out. We actually lost money. We lost money this year. And everyone's like going, Jesus Christ, bring something else back. They got to fix their model because the fast food, because that's casual dining, they have to do something soon and quick. Well, outside of it, everything's temporary close from understanding the article and stuff. So they're going to recapitulate everything and come out with something else. I don't know what it is. Are they going to turn into like a Captain D's? They should, because, you think Red Lobster, I don't know. Do people want lobster anymore? That was a highfalutin thing in the 80s and stuff and early 90s. Oh, you got money. You can go to Red Lobster and have a lobster, I don't know if the market is there anymore. People eating this and people eating that. Now, this guy right here found a way to cheat the system. He brought his whole family, kids, 6 kids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and fed them all for $20. How did he do it? Well, let's dive in. Oh, shut up. Are we done with this? Yeah, we're done with this. How did he do it? Well, a dad gets dinner for 6 kids under $20 at the Texas Roadhouse. How to eat cheap on a family of 6. The text overlays and the clip being read. Texas Roadhouse gets a pulled pork sandwich, the man explains in the clip. He was recorded seated at the restaurant with his 5 children and him, to show off the giant sandwich while they were talking. The dad then pointed out that the store offers free rolls. So you can see where this is going. So for all the starving kids, you take some of the pulled pork and you make little pulled pork sandwiches for each one. He added pulled pork from his sandwich and filled each roll, and then doled the sandwich out to each of the kids. I know it's getting late here. The younger one got his, while the eldest one got 2. And then there was still enough pulled pork sandwich for himself. The original sandwich still appears to have enough meat for a serving. The dad also added a side of fries to the meal for his kids to finish off. At the end, the total meal fed the whole entire family of 6 rang up to $17.30. He better, I swear to God, he better tip on that more than that. So here we go. Let's watch. I don't want to watch you hate that girl. So let's see. Come on. I got to watch it from the beginning, don't I? Let's start it from the beginning.
For all these starving little kids.
Okay, slow down there.
Part 2, and you make mini pulled pork sandwiches. There's 1.
Jesus Christ.
2.
Shut the fuck up.
3. There's 4.
Shut up. All right, so let's switch the... so many videos going on at the same time. And you can watch these videos and me frustrated here, switching between cameras and the stupid TikTok videos. So here we go. Over on YouTube, search DeaconLive Podcast, and you can see this in real time as we're talking about it. So here we go. Here's Dad of the Year, right? He's going to sit here and tell us how to make 6 pulled pork sandwiches from his whatever meal that he got. Here he goes.
2 of the cheap family meal tricks. Texas Roadhouse, get the pulled pork sandwich.
That's big.
It's giant. You have all these free rolls. So, for all these starving little kids, you take pulled pork.
He puts a little bit on that sandwich.
Mini pulled pork sandwiches.
All right, there you go. A little bit for him.
There's 2.
Oh, those kids look inbred, by the way. 4.
And the older kids want 2. Okay, we'll get 6.
Waitress, could I have some more bread? Fuck you, bitch. That's what I would say. Fuck you.
Second.
If I bring you another roll of another basket of bread, you better be tipping me 40% on this goddamn bill.
And there's still a full pulled pork sandwich. I also just got a side of fries. So
side of fries.
$12.49 for the pulled pork sandwich, $3.49 for the fries, so $17.30.
That must have been the waitress. Hold on, let me go back to camera. That must have been the waitress sitting there going, "Oh yeah, hey, look, man, this is what he's doing. Hey, look, waitress, come here. I'm gonna do a video to cheat everything out. You got to be involved with it, and I'll tip you, throw you an extra Finsky or whatever he says, because the girl was on the video with the receipt and she had her nails done all in stars and stuff. She's like, oh, it's $17.30. I'd be pissed. If that was my table, I'd be pissed. Oh, $17 and here's your $2 tip. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Everyone's drinking water. Dad's drinking sweet tea. F you and the A, right? Now, this company right here is not effing you in the A. There was a tornado. There was a tornado that ripped through, what was it, Kansas? I forget where it was at. And devastated everything. And this woman right here did a TikTok video. Her whole entire house is destroyed. You know, the roof's gone. All there's left is like the main structure, the bones of the house. And she looked up and she said, this, category, whatever hurricane or tornado came through, and she looks up, she's like, everything, the drywall's gone off the house. The only thing left in our house is this ceiling fan, and it's a Hunter ceiling fan. And she just did a little TikTok video, and showed it. Well, Hunter Ceiling Fan Company responded to her saying that, hey, look, everything's destroyed, but your ceiling fans are still in good shape. So if you want to see this video in real time, don't forget for every podcast we have a matching video over on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to us over there as well. And we can see this video in real time of her describing actually what happened, this horrible experience that happened to her, and what Hunter Ceiling Fan Company is going to do for her. So here we go.
The brand of this fan that is hanging on for dear life.
There it is.
Hey, Brianna. Tom Blackwell, president of the Hunter Fan Company. Everyone at Hunter has watched your video and is so glad you and your family are safe. At Hunter, it's important to us that everyone have a home that is safe and comfortable. Given this, we would like to give you all new Hunter lighting fixtures and ceiling fans when you're ready to rebuild. And similarly, we're looking into how we can help others impacted by these terrible storms. You take care now and be safe.
So good for him. Good. Well, hold on. I got to switch screens here again, of course. Okay, got it. Go away. So good for Hunter ceiling fans. They realize that, hey, look, our ceiling fans are just ceiling fans. We're ceiling fans. You put them in the ceiling, they'll last forever. But then you don't think about your product until something like this happens in Kansas or wherever this tornado struck down. It's kind of generic, but still, it happened nonetheless to this woman. And she looks up and she's like going, house is a wreck, house is barely standing, and look, you got a ceiling fan right here. And I've said this many years ago, even before doing this podcast and stuff, 20 years ago. I said, if you want to be, co-sponsored by some kind of major outlet, you need to say something like, hey, how did you survive the fire, the house fire? Well, I was laying in bed, eating my McDonald's chicken nuggets and drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper. The two combinations go well together. And I heard the fire and I ran out of the house. I said that million years ago, and you're starting to see that now. This woman right here said, hey, there's a Hunter fan. My house is destroyed. And then you get a response because what else? You're kind of bending them over a barrel saying, hey, look, your ceiling fan worked. It worked well. Great. Thumbs up. Keep buying their product. No, they have to go out that extra step now because of social media and stuff, which is good. Is it bad? Is it bad business practices? Is it going to influence other people to go, oh, you were in a car accident? Why didn't you die? Because I bought the family meal at KFC and the bucket, it was like an airbag, before I got into the accident. I know I'm spinning in circles here, but still, when you can easy drop a name, a brand company or something like that, do you deserve a reward? Or maybe just, count your blessings, count your lucky stars type deal. All right, guys, on that note, make sure you follow us on all your YouTube channels. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. Make sure you follow us anywhere that you have us out there. And if you want to find all the links that links us to you and you to us as well, go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of DeaconLive. You can see all the social contacts. We'd love to hear from you as well. You can be podcast famous. Go to Be Heard. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to enjoying the rest of your day. My name is the Deacon saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
I'm doing the stuff for the end so I can get a thumbnail. There you go. All right, guys. Take care. Good night.